In the novel The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, we are going to see the first chapter Lucy Looks into a Wardrobe. This is Peter, Susan, Edmund, and Lucy are siblings who come to live with an old professor in his home in the heart of the country, which refers to the center of the country during the war. Since Harrods were throwing London into the state of terror, Peter is the eldest, followed by Susan and Edmund, and Lucy is the youngest. The professor is an old unmarried man who lives with an housekeeper and three servants. Lucy is a little afraid of him. When they first meet, Edmund, revealing his unpleasant personality, tries to cover his laughter at the sight of the old man. As the four children say good night and ready themselves for the bed, they exclaim over the woods and mountains surrounding the house. Lucy hears an owl in the night, and the children exclaim in excitement about the badgers, snakes, and fox that they may discover in the forest. The following morning, however, they awakened to rain. Following Peter Lee, they decided to explore the rooms in the mysterious house. There are many old pathways and rooms linking to another rooms and leading out onto balconies with the walls covered in books and old armor. The children then come upon an empty room with a large wardrobe, but while the others move on, Lucy, the youngest, stays behind and opens the wardrobe door. She looks in out of pure curiosity, and two mothballs drop out. Inside, she sees a row of long fur coats. Still driven by curiosity, she climbs in and reaches past the coats, careful to leave the wardrobe door open. As she travels further inside, surprised that she doesn't immediately encounter the back of the wardrobe, she notices that the hard floor has become mysteriously cold and soft, and that something prickingly is all around her. As he stood looking at it, wondering why there was a lamppost in the middle of the wood and wondering what to do next, she heard a pitter patter of feet coming towards her, and soon after that, a very strange person stepped out from among the trees into the light of the lamppost. He was only a little taller than Lucy herself and carried over his head an umbrella white with the snow. From the waist upwards he was like a man, but his legs were shaped like a goat, and instead of feet he had a goat's hoofs. He also had a tail, but Lucy did not notice this at first, because it was nearly cut off over at the arm that held the umbrella so as to keep it from trailing in the snow. He had a red woolen muffler around his neck, and his skin was rather reddish too. He had a strange but pleasant little face, with the short pointed braid and curly hair, and out of the hair there stuck two horns, one on each side of his forehead. One of his hands, as I have said, held the umbrella. In the other arm he carried several brown paper parcels. What with the parcels and the snows looked just as he had been going his Christmas shopping. He was a fawn, and when he saw Lucy, he gave such a start of surprise that he dropped all his parcels. Goodness gracious me, exclaimed the fawn. Fawn is nothing but a half man and a half goat, refers to as fawn. These are some of the hard words of the lesson. Thank you.